All right. Well, hi, good morning. It is May 6th. It's like 6:29 here on the West Coast. And we have two news things I'm going to go over today, okay? First, we're going to talk about the protest. And I'm very glad to say that it seems like we're entering the phase of peaceful protest, right? So I'm looking at the news and I don't see a lot of looting or rioting. What was taking place last weekend? Okay, it was really bad. What happened? Looks like it's now leaning towards more peaceful protesting going on. Which initially, this is that's what I was hoping that this would become a peaceful movement, right? We're still seeing throughout the week. We've seen multiple. What I've seen is I've seen um, the police being too aggressive. Okay, they're definitely too aggressive. I know here in LA they were hitting some protesters like 2 days ago with batons. Okay, it didn't seem like there was any reason for it, but I don't know. I only saw the aftermath. Maybe the cops were pushed or something. I don't know. I didn't see the whole. I tried to get the whole view, but it was impossible to see what started it. Um, So we have what we see is the peaceful protests are happening, and I'm in favor of it. I'm in favor of change. I'm in favor of all that. Um, Somebody asked me, "Hey, would you kneel?" Here's why. Okay, don't take it personal. For me, I'm a Hebrew. That comes first. Okay, there's only two ways I'm kneeling. Number one, I'm kneeling because I'm praying to my Creator, or number two, I'm proposing. You know, so those are the only two reasons I'm kneeling. Now, if people ask me, hey, it's like a group event, and they ask me, would you kneel with us? My response would be yes, if you're asking me to pray for this movement. So if you're asking me to pray, blow the shofar, and pray for, this movement that we have change in our country, we'll kneel for that. But it's a prayer. It's a kneeling of prayer. It's not kneeling, to say, um, you know, I'm uh, to me, I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel, and that's how it is. I support it, but as far as kneeling, no, I'm not gonna. That's not what I do. So the other thing, there's gonna be major protest in Washington D.C. Now, I do have to tell you, I'm not highly critical of. Okay, I'm not. I don't have DTS. Okay, Donald Trump syndrome. I don't have it. All right, sorry. So I feel like I'm very fair to him, and it's a very difficult job that he has being president. There are some positives and negatives about him. I feel like I'm a moderate. I think that he did a decent to good job with the coronavirus issue, and now that we're looking back on it, we see, a lot of the things that he said were true. Like hydroxychloroquine, it actually works. There's a lot of studies out there, and they're using it now, and of course the media doesn't cover it, but yeah, even the doctors were saying, yeah, it's good. So I feel like, um just as we move along, this situation, I don't think he's doing a good job with it. I think he should be the right now he needs to be the commander in peace, but obviously he's not built that way. He's not built to be a peacemaker? Well, I don't know. Maybe internationally he is. You think of Kim Jong Un. You think of how he, met him at the demilitarized zone, right? You think of the other situations that, like, I don't know if you know this, but before he got in, Russia wanted to go to war with us. They were literally, you can look at news articles. They were sending their people under the bunkers because if Hillary would have got in, oh my gosh, you guys, it was gonna be really bad. Okay, Vladimir Putin had his people. They were doing military drills of going into bunkers because they predicted that if Hillary was in, there was going to be World War III with the United States. Okay, that's how serious it was. Um, so yeah, maybe he does have the peacemaker label on an international level, but certainly here on a national level, I think he needs to do a lot better job. He needs to be the commander in peace right now. He needs to extend, he needs to bring in these Black Lives leaders and sit down with them and see, okay, what can we do to make changes? What are some changes? Some changes I heard, and I'm really happy about it. Is that the Black communities, and I think all communities should be like this, are Latinos, where they want to arm themselves and they want to self patrol. That would be great. That would be great because all of a sudden you have accountability within the community, right? Now some people say, "Oh, we don't need more guns." Guys, the Second Amendment issue is over. Do you know how many people went out and bought guns? I think in the last month it was 6 million. That was just the last month, like 1 month ago, and people are continuing to buy guns. And the reason they're doing that is because they realize they need to protect themselves, especially during right now, these situations, coronavirus. People are worried. People are gonna raid my house. They're gonna try to hurt my family. I'm sorry. I need protection. Okay. And by the way, I mean, even me personally, I don't own guns right now. Okay. But that is, my personal protection for my family is definitely gonna change. That's just the reality. So at some point in time, yeah, I'm gonna do that safely, right? Safely and legally. So I we're seeing a lot more calmness. That's really good. It's really good. There was something that I think it was like on Monday or Tuesday that kind of alarmed me. They caught this guy here on a bridge, overlooking a bridge, and there was a protest on the bottom, peaceful protest. And he was a Marine hit him with a car. I'll try to find the link and put it in the description. But apparently he was armed full to the teeth, and Marine, I think, saw him and like rammed him with a car or something like that, and basically, saved the day. We don't know what his intention was, right? Was he just walking around with a bunch of ammunition? I hardly doubt it, right? I mean, I don't know if you just think, I'm just gonna get all my gear and go walk around and just see what's going on. That doesn't make much sense, but who knows, right? Could be wrong. Maybe he was just taking a stroll. Okay, but um, I just hope that once again, if you look at episode 4, I'm really looking at this 10-week frame, right? This 10-week frame of, civil disorder, or however you want to call it, like peaceful protesting or change or whatever. Um, so we're going to see narrative events inside of that context, right? I know today they're going to march on Washington. It's going to be like they're expecting like 1 million people, right? I hope it stays peaceful, guys. I really do. I mean, I know people they don't like Trump, but you don't have to get violent. You don't have to get violent. That's when things start getting out of control. Okay, violence, chaos, and it's already been proven. I think at Project Veritas, they came out and shown that Antifa is a violent organization that is training people how to be violent. Okay, so that's another narrative going on too. Is that this group Antifa, which is a far left extremist group, they are inciting people. They were putting up bricks in different areas by this company called Acme, with ties to Bill and Melinda Gates, by the way. Doesn't surprise me. And, let's just hope that the majority of people who are peaceful can keep it going in this route, right? Because then we'll have some real change. Because if we have violence, yeah, it's going to be met with force as well. Okay. And that could lead to race wars. All right. So next up, let's talk about genetically modified mosquitoes. So, okay. So if you're not familiar with genetically modified, that basically means tampering with the DNA of something. Okay. So when you tamper with the DNA of a human or an animal, they're now a hybrid. They're not 100% anymore. Okay. I'll go into some more detail in another video, because DNA is a huge topic, right? It's a very huge topic. But I don't know how to share screen yet. I don't think there's even an option on live. I don't know. I mean, I'm still learning this, guys. Okay, so just take it easy on me. Take it easy, okay? Eventually, I'm gonna put music and stuff like that. But right now, I'm just doing the bare bones of, just putting the information out, and then eventually, I'll do some editing. Okay. So I'm taking a look at this particular video. Oh, not video. It's from the Daily Beast, and it's called "Genetically Modified Mosquitoes Are Coming to the U.S." Now they go over it and they say that yes, they're it's going to help fight diseases, genetic engineering for disease control. Yeah, they always introduce this stuff with good intentions. What is the saying? The old saying: "Hell is paved with many roads uh, to good intentions." I don't know, something like that, right? And here it is. It says that recently no group of organisms has received more attention for genetic modification than mosquitoes to yield inviable offspring or make them unsuitable for disease transmission. These strategies hold considerable potential benefits for the hundreds of millions of people impacted by mosquito-borne disease each year. So once again, it's always with good intentions, okay? I'm not saying these scientists who created this are these evil masterminds and are trying to, overtake the world. No. Unfortunately, the people above them have ulterior motives. That's my problem. And, you know, these kind of genetically modified things, they don't know the long-term effects, okay? How you're affecting the environment. What if these genetically altered mosquitoes get some type of strange disease, and think of the COVID-19, there's a lot of mysterious stuff inside of it that scientists say it's impossible to have gotten there by a lot, just naturally. There's so many insertions into the COVID-19 that are not natural. Okay, small HIV strains, and it's like they just it's like somebody just threw a bunch of stuff in there. So yeah, I don't trust this situation. I don't trust um, this narrative. And it says time to reassess risk assessment. The closed nature of this risk assessment process is concerning to us. There is a potential bias and conflict of interest when experimental trials assessments of ecological risk lack political accountability and are performed by or in close collaboration with technology developers who we know have so many lobbyists, right? After these senators and congressmen, that they're able to get these patents developed. And if you think about how situations can easily get out of control, okay, from something like this, it is very troubling. I don't trust, first of all, I don't trust hybrids. I don't, okay, for an ancient reason. I don't trust hybrids because it's a no-go zone for the creator, okay? And to keep it um, in the ancient texts, all the ancient texts around the world, we have hybrids. In the Bible, we have hybrids. In Egypt, we have hybrids. Book of the Dead, Epic of Gilgamesh, hybrids. And every single time, these hybrids turn on their creator. Okay, they want to consume them. They want to eat them. They want to harm them. They want to do these types of things. And so that's what I'm saying is that Genetically modified, think of genetically modified food, right? We know that it's not good for us, okay? Processed food is not good for us. Now, I try to eat organic, but I can't. Come on, you know? Even the organic food is tainted. The more you keep your DNA, here's the bottom line, okay? The more you keep your DNA clean, the easier it is for you to follow the 10 commandments, okay? The closer your DNA is clean, that is how you're able to follow the 10. So as we continue to put out genetically modified food, genetically modified mosquitoes or insects, what's next? Animals, we already know cloning is going on. We don't even know the meat that we eat right now. We don't even know if it's cloned or not. They don't have to tell us anymore. Okay. They put in a law saying they don't need to tell us if we're eating genetically modified, cloned animals. So, and we know that after 3 to 4 years, these cloned animals, they develop cancers. Okay, that's why they don't let them grow any older than that, because they know they would be exposed. Anyhow, we're coming up to the end. The era of genetically modified insects, mosquitoes, animals is now upon us. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, there's going to be tremendous disadvantages that are going to slap us in the face when all this is said and done. It'll be a dystopian nightmare. Okay, now, having said that, there is hope, all right? You trust in the Creator, you follow His commandments, and He's going to take care of you. All right, guys, we're on 16, 17 minutes. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, weekend, okay? And the key word today, or this week for me, is blindsided. Okay? All right. Have a good day.